Hello, welcome back.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 12.
Episode 12.
Don't you guys miss it when she used her fingers?
Nope.
Oh, well. Anyhow, maybe she'll come up with creative for something for the 20s. Okay, today we're talking about Liberty Square.
Liberty Square, the next part in your tour of the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World Resorts.
So this is the next part that we go to after we go to Fantasyland. Then we go into Liberty Square, which some people really love this area. Some people do not.
And I love all kinds of like Americana, that colonial era. Not error. Again, the words. The colonial era. I love all that. But for some reason, this is not my favorite. Now, there are some of my favorite rides in this, but definitely not my favorite land.
Well, there's only 3 attractions.
Right.
So that's pretty good odds if it's some of your favorites are there.
That's true.
But, so it's made to be like Mandy had said, the colonial era of America, and so the buildings reflect that. The decor, the trees that are there, everything.
Even the way the cast members dress, definitely that very America. If you think of like the Patriot movie and that kind of era, it's all very much like that.
If you've been to Williamsburg, Virginia, that whole bit there, that's what it looks like. It even has a replica of the Liberty Bell.
Oh yeah.
In there, so that's a really cool thing to go see. And then they've got just like these little spots where they've got
they have the shackles.
Yeah, the stocks.
The stocks that you can take your pictures and just kind of like they did back in the day. They have some of those, and that's always fun. That's a nice little photo op.
So one of the rides that are there, the first ride, is Hall of Presidents. Okay, so some people really love it. If you ask my husband, this is one of his favorites.
Or our dad.
Yeah, Dad loves it too. I don't get it. But it is definitely, because it lasts for 22 minutes?
Yeah.
And so it is. It's in a theater, and it opens up, and it has all of this, the presidents are animatronics. And it has all the different presidents.
Even up to the current President Obama, correct?
Yeah.
They just,
As soon as a president comes in, then they have that going. It takes them, a little bit to get him up and going. But whatever president is current, then they have the current thing.
Okay.
But they have, with the presidents, they do this spiel in this little movie about America. And it's really, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of boring after you've seen it all the time. But it's cool to go every time when they get a new president in.
Yeah, just to see what they're going to have him say or his part that he's going to play. And it's fun because you get to see all the presidents and Abraham Lincoln's there and he's very prominent in the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's very cool to see that side of it. But again, unless you're a history buff, I don't think you'll like it.
But if you don't,
but you have to at least go there once.
Yeah, and if there's people in your family that really enjoy it, then it's time to take a good little nap.
That's right. Or take that 22 minutes and go across the street and get yourself some little treat. I don't know. Look at the river.
Something like
Relax.
that. Well, a real interesting fact is last time we were there was when we've been there kind of when they had the new president has come on. And they had President Obama, so we were very interested. And, and it doesn't really matter if you are Democrat, Libertarian, Republican, our president is our president. And in my opinion, you should still respect the office, whether you like President Obama or not.
That's our public service announcement for
yes.
the video.
But I truly feel that way.
Right.
But it was a little disheartening because there was, it was right after President Obama had come into office, and people were booing President Bush. They were booing President Obama. It was, I literally thought there was going to be a fight break out in the middle of all the presidents. I was like, oh my gosh. And I thought, well, that's kind of rude. So if you go, Don't be rude. That. Don't mess it up. Don't ruin it for other people. Respect their opinion and respect, you know who you vote for. And if you don't vote. It's important.
Unless you're under 18.
Then wait
no,
till you're 18.
Because it would be illegal and you'd be doing that stuff.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, next on Disney.
So the next thing is the Liberty.
And that's how this video became 20 minutes long.
Leave your comments here. All right. Go ahead. The next thing is the Liberty Square Riverboat.
Liberty Square Riverboat. This is just a fun little meander down the river. It is a nice, relaxing time. Last time we went...
If you can find a seat.
No.
Yes.
Because, no. It's good. You can go, and it's fun. It's a little riverboat. It's made to look like... Does it actually operate like that? Like the...
Like a steamboat?
Like a steamboat. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Good. Steamboat. So it has like the water wheel on the back, and it's super pretty. It's lots of fun, and it takes you kind of around Adventureland, kind of towards Adventureland area. So you go past Tom Sawyer's Island, and of course the narrator is going to have this like, little hokey story to tell you about everything. And when you pass, Big Thunder Mountain, tells you about how that came. And the cool thing is you actually get to see a backside to Big Thunder Mountain that you don't see unless you ride the ride or you go on this trip. And so it just takes you around. I forget, how long is it? About 12 minutes?
Yeah, right around there.
So not a very long trip, but last time me and my husband went, it was so hot. We were going in, end of July, beginning of August, and we're just pouring sweat. And this was a nice, relaxing breath of fresh air, just kind of like sit in the shade, but get the pretty view. So
we actually went on it when it was pouring down rain the last time, and so it was a great escape to be covered but yet still see what was going on in just that little bit of time.
And a little trick, if you have little ones, or even if you want to do it yourself, you can ask the cast member as you're getting on if you can help drive the boat. And you'll be taken, if you're one of the first people to do it. They let so many people come in, but you'll be taken up to the captain's little area, and where the wheel is. Obviously, this isn't the real wheel, but you get to drive the boat and do the bell and do the horn, and the whole trip you get to be up the top with the wheel. It looks very cool. So you can take pictures there, and then they give you this little certificate when you're done.
That's very cool.
So that's another Disney freebie. So kind of those fun things that you can make your trip extra magical.
Sometimes they have to where, when we were there one time when Tiana, Princess and the Frog came out, they actually had this whole Mardi Gras kind of parade that went from one of the back areas up into the riverboat and had them get onto the riverboat, just like she had done, singing their songs. It was so cool because we had just seen the movie. We watched the movie at Downtown Disney, and then the next day we went to Magic Kingdom, and they had they were showing it, and she was coming out. It was just all this great jazz music and just everything very Tiana. And so that was very, very cool for us to see. I don't know if that's something they still do, but it was definitely awesome when they did that.
Yeah. All right.
The next one is
Haunted Mansion.
We both give it a thumbs up.
Oh, it's a woman sister's thumbs up.
Oh, that's so nice.
This is a fun ride.
Yeah. I do not like haunted houses. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. I just do not like scary stuff in general. But I really, really enjoy the Haunted Mansion. I just like their backstory and stuff on it. If you research it and find out, there is a whole, is it called Gracie Manor?
I think so.
But there's a whole backstory and you can find little elements of the story in the whole thing. First off, they've just redone the whole queue and made it interactive.
It's fun.
It is really cool to see all the things, and there's so many details on this ride. You really have to pay attention and really go on it several times just to see what's going on.
To catch everything. And with the new queue that they have, it's going to seem like you can take the shortcut, the right, when you very first get in there, to take that in. But don't do that. Take the time to go through the longer queue, because you get to interact with all the things, touch things. Things happen. It doesn't necessarily tell you to, but touch things. There's like a little piano thing. Touch it, because it's going to make different sounds. It's
really
going to
make books pop out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just does so many things. Read the tombstones. They're hilarious. And some of the tombstones are interactive, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is just a very, very cool thing. It's fun to write it in the day, but it takes on a whole different thing at night.
Oh, yeah.
It just kind of, and it definitely, during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, they add extra elements onto that, too.
Yeah.
So, that's really cool to go through the queue. But once you get in, they're very proper, very creepy, the cast members. They're very, kind of like Undertakers kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so they're so much fun just to kind of poke at and just be like,
don't literally poke.
Yeah, don't poke cast
members.
Don't poke
cast members.
But just to I can't, every expression that I have is just jab at them. I can't think
with your words,
jab. Use your words.
No, but just, get them to interact with you, and they will. And, they'll say, it's real fun. You'll see them. They're very macabre, very dark, very, serious. Yeah. When you see it, you'll get it.
So, you walk in, and the first place that you go is to this room.
Not this room.
Yeah, because this is so much more lively than that one.
This room. The room in there. And it's kind of like an octagon-y shape.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So be prepared. We have some family members that don't do well in closed spots. So they kind of pack us all in there, and so
they'll pack you in.
Yeah, they'll pack you in, and you'll be there. So don't be alarmed. Kind of prepare yourself, because it only lasts a couple of minutes in this area. But there's some really cool things. Yeah. One of the coolest things is that at the end of the thing, when the lights go out, look all the way up to the top, and you can actually see the master of the home hanging there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Very cool. But then you go out through and you get on what is called the Doom Buggies.
And they're cool. They're like little half-shell black cars.
Yeah.
That's my description.
Wow.
I was looking for better words. Anyways, they're just fun. They're like these little just domes that you can fit into.
Yeah.
Probably about 2 people. I wouldn't do more than that, because you're going to need room for an extra guest on the way out.
But the ride lasts, about 7 minutes or so, and it is really cool, and it takes you up and down and around. But look at all the details. I mean, honestly, you have to ride it several times, and I would actually encourage you to do some investigating before you go, because some of their tricks and things that they do, you're like,
you don't catch it first.
You don't catch. There's also some hidden Mickeys, especially like in the dining room scene.
You'll see look for the plates, because some of them will be kind of set in the shape of a hidden Mickey. This is probably one of the funnest places to find hidden Mickeys, because they're everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we did take Libby on this when she was a little over a year old, and she did not like how it was dark. This was the only ride she did not like that we went on. I just think it's because it was really dark, and it might have been around nap time or something like that. Yeah. But we'll try it again here soon, and see what happens. But
another cool piece of it is in the ride, you'll see a bride that has hung herself. When you're outside in the queue, the rope that she hung herself with is in the cement. Like, they've put it in the cement. So when you're around, if you take the long queue, there's a big tub, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. A guy that died in this tub, and it's right on the bricks on the floor outside of that. So look for that. It's pretty cool.
And look for, as you're going out, there's some interactive things as you're going out of the ride. And as you're going out, you will see a hearse that is a horseless hearse. And down in the ground is their wedding ring that has been trampled. So, very cool kind of little things. So, if you read the backstory, we don't want to give everything away. So, do some investigating, but it is definitely something that you'll absolutely love.
Yeah.
And then outside they have some shops that have some really cool little haunted mansion-y. So if you're really into haunted houses and Halloween-ish type stuff, this is definitely, you are going to love it.
And they just came out with a whole new line of Haunted Mansion merchandise.
Yeah.
So, and it's actually pretty updated. It would not something I would put in my house, but just because it doesn't fit my style. But if you're into that, some definitely very cool pieces.
Definitely around, though, in Liberty Square, like Mandy said, she has a lot of Americana things. So there's a lot of shops that have, you can get Disney to match if you have Americana themed.
Yeah.
They have some different, I think one place has like tea sets and china and, one of our favorite places that we like to go to there is the Christmas shop.
Love it.
And we always get us a ornament from the year that we visit. So that is something that you can do. But one of the other great things that you can do is that outside they have these ladies that paint. Well, again, there's probably guys too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they paint these little parasols, these little umbrellas for girls. They can get little bitty ones or really, really big ones. But those are a great keepsake from the Magic Kingdom.
And they're real pretty and girly.
But remember, if it rains, that paint will drip. So you have to keep it really dry for your ride home, however you're planning. So plan accordingly. It has several places to eat. It has a sit-down restaurant, something tavern. I don't remember the name of it.
Tavern Tree.
I don't remember.
We've never been.
Yeah. But one of the places that we do like is
the Columbia Harbor House. This is delicious. It has fish. It has chicken fingers because that's what I do. But they were really good. We actually found the food there really, really wonderful, and it's a nice.
It's kind of somewhere. It's right as you're coming out of the Haunted Mansion, and so it's kind of between the Haunted Mansion and Hall of Presidents. But it's just obscure, so you don't really see it. You don't know it's there. Mm-hmm. We kind of just happened upon it like 3 or 4 visits ago, and was like, "Oh, this is a nice little place."
Yeah, it's really yummy. But it's the only place that I think we found the fish and chips.
Yeah,
which was Chris's favorite, so he was happy.
Cool. So that's Liberty Square. It's a little bitty piece of the Magic Kingdom, but it's really important. It has some really really popular rides and places to make memories. All right, that's all for today.
So stay tuned and make sure to watch next week's video for Adventureland.
Which we like a whole lot better.
Yes, we like Adventureland a whole lot better. So just imagine how long that video is going to be.
Oh my gosh.
So stay tuned for next week's video. And don't forget to have a magical day. Thank you.